so much hate out here. That's the big thing. Love on each other. Like, I mean, you know how it is here in Milwaukee. That hate,
Hmm.
the crime, how people act. Like, one thing, I mean, I don't know if y'all do it, but like Rhonda tell you, you can go out somewhere in the morning and say hey to somebody. You might get side eyed. Roll people rolling their eyes, smacking their lips. Why you gotta be like that? Just good morning. What's up? How you doing? Just being
Hmm.
kind to one another and loving on each other, having a more positive spirit, it'll make a difference.
Welcome to the We Got Problems podcast with co-hosts Curtis G. Martin, Rhonda L. Brown, and Khalif Johnson Sr., the one and only podcast where solutions get discussed to our community's everyday troubles. Each week, you will hear mind-blowing conversations and actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to become more effective. We got problems and we got solutions.
All right, you guys, welcome to the show. This is We Got Problems, the podcast. I'm Curtis G. Martin here with my co-host, Rhonda L. Brown,
Hey, everybody.
Khalif Johnson Sr.,
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Lashika Phillips,
Hey, everybody.
and we have a special guest in the house, Lashed Out by Lex LLC. Lex, why don't you go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do?
Absolutely. So what's up, everybody? My name is Lex here at Lashed Out by Lex LLC. And simply, I am more of a beauty enthusiast, I would say, essentially, versus just saying a lash artist, because lash artist is just more of a title, a name that people give lash artists on the regular, and they just take it as like just an everyday thing that people do to get money quick. But as Miss Veronda can tell you, this is more of a passion. It's something that I do every single day. And I've kind of learned how to take my art abilities and form that into like a different shape and form of art. And then I also provide other services such as the lashes, teeth whitening, eyebrow tint, tooth gems, and colored lashes. Literally anything you can really think in a beauty aspect. And can't forget makeup because I started off with makeup at the beginning. So
Okay. What inspired you to pursue the career or the field that you're in?
So for me, I used to get lashes all the time. I started off getting lashes probably like 2 or 3 years prior to actually doing lashes. And when COVID happened, some people weren't taking it as serious as they should have, still servicing people. And that's what I kind of ran into. And at that point, that was kind of like a big red flag. Like, no, we're not going to do that. Because you never know what a person's immune system is like, let alone that person never knew what my immune system was like. So kind of slowed down going to her for a little bit. But then at that point, I got lash deprived. Rhonda tell you it's hard to go every day without lashes. Start walking around looking like Tweety Bird, and then you just like, I need some lashes. I can't do this. So I started kind of practicing on myself. And when I started practicing on myself, one of my friends seen it and she's like, why don't you just do lashes? I'm like, girl, that's crazy. That's too much. That's tedious. No.
Okay, so
Kind of pushing me to do it.
hmm so how do you approach your process of creating customized lashes for your clients?
You know what? For me, I usually look at a person's eye shape. That's what you base the lashes off of. You kind of look at if they have wider eyes, if they have almond shaped eyes, if what shape of the lash style would be more fitting. It's kind of those things that I take into account. And then I also kind of ask the client what are they looking for, what they want. And then I kind of play those two into making it a customized set.
Wow, I can imagine with the customizations that you have experienced at least one client where it didn't turn out like they wanted, or maybe you had a different vision. I'd be really curious to hear how you navigate that.
So I've definitely had that happen. I've had it happen maybe out of the 2.5 years that I've been doing lashes, maybe once or twice. Not really common because I do take my time to listen to what my clients want. I'm not the type of lash tech, and I do hear that pretty often where people just put whatever on their eyes. They don't usually listen to what the person wants. It's what they feel. But besides what I want, I look at it as you paying for it, so you should have some input. You know what I mean? So show me a picture, what you looking for, the length you kind of looking for, and then I kind of do an analyzation like, okay, I can get that to fit, but let me do it this way for you. That way is better, and it's better seating. But I have had a person do that before, And I mean, there really wasn't nothing that she could do. The lashes on there. When they on there, they on there.
Right.
You can't take them off. You got to kind of play with it. I kind of remember the situation was back when I first started. I'm the type of person I don't like confrontation. So when the situation occurred, the young lady was asking for, a regular volume set. I'm like, all right, I can do that for you. But then it went to the extent of her wanting them fuller. And I'm like, you can get that, but you got to pay for it. She didn't want to pay for it. So instead of like paying that difference, she shorted me. And she went outside and picked that up.
Wow.
And I ended up sending her money back, and she made it seem as if they all came off. But for me, I'm like, let me just avoid the whole situation, seeing your money back, and we ain't even got to worry about it no more. Stuff like that, I kind of handle it in that sense to make it where it's professional. They can't say, "Oh, she didn't give me my money back,"
Yeah.
or make a problem out of it. I just more so make it where I'm like, you know what? Let's just avoid the problem by all costs. I give you your money back. This is what you don't like. Hey, you can see somebody else, but I did what I did on my
That's
end.
great advice. Shoot, in a situation like that, ad lib and keep it moving. Make it simple.
And
Yeah.
she didn't dine, she lashed and dashed. She lashed and dashed.
Literally,
Y'all
like that.
funny. Y'all
Hey,
funny.
so how do you keep it to where it's sanitary, to where people can be safe knowing you're dealing with different people using different tools and equipment?
So with my tools, I make sure that I'm always like soaking them in barbicide. That's like number one, because that's your way of preventing like any type of infections or any type of bacteria spreading any type of way. I do like to use alcohol to clean my tools, and then I make sure I'm washing my hands and using hand sanitizer in between clients. That way you don't spread anything to anybody because you never really know.
So, how do you stay up to date with the latest trends and techniques?
Social media, Instagram, I follow well over probably like 1,000 lash pages. That way I can kind of like see what's going on because you learn new styles every single day. It's always something different and something new that a person is learning. Essentially, like even myself with my classes, I even just told my client this: you can make a lash set honestly any way you want to. It's so many different curls, so many different lengths, so many different widths. Like it would throw you off with knowing how many different ways you can create a lash set. So with that, I just take it as watching what other people do on social media, and then I also kind of go off of it and create my own and
So
kind of
I
play.
got a follow-up question to that too, just because I just see it on social media all the time. Them
Yeah.
girls that look like they got like I don't know on their eyes. Like, have you
Wings,
ever had
like
any
wings.
like on both the top and the bottom? Have you ever had a client come in and
And
request
what was
that?
that? I have, but as you know, Miss Rhonda, I like to make stuff look as natural as possible. So I do have lashes where they are long, like the longest I've ever done, and I'm not even kidding, it's probably like a 27. That's
That's
long.
not.
27 inches.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Millimeters. So that's about like this much in length. Because as you can see, my lashes, you probably can't see them too close, but like these are a 17, and these are
Oh
pretty long.
wow.
So just imagine a person with 27. That's 10 more millimeters added to what I got on. But I make
Wow.
it where it's like it looks natural. So a person could, you might see those lashes on somebody else on Instagram, and they might look extremely long and thick and full. That might be a double D curl. That double D curl is going to make them look more dense and curl under. Whereas if they want that and they want a more natural look, I'm gonna give them a double C, because a double C is more of a laid back flat curl, but it's not too overbearing. But I do
Okay.
get those.
Okay. That leads into the next question. What advice would you give to someone who's interested in pursuing a career in this last industry?
If you want to do lashes, just do it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't question whether or not you can do it. I feel like anybody can learn lashes. That's literally, I don't know if it's more so in the art aspect for me, but when I've taught other people, like I also teach classes. I taught a young lady yesterday, it almost brought tears to my eyes because she was so excited and happy with her work that she started crying. And I'm looking at her like, you did that. Like, that's not me. I just guided you through it. You know what I mean? But she was so worried about how that outcome would be. She like, I don't think I have steady hands. I don't really think I could take the time to put a lash on each lash. I'm like, you talking yourself out of it. you can't have that mindset. If you want to do something, you just got to literally be positive about it and be like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And it's not gonna happen overnight. It's a process, and it all takes time. But if you want to do it, definitely take the time to utilize tools, your resources, people around you, and then kind of watch videos and kind of go from there. But you could definitely do it if you want to.
What are some of, just because of what you're just talking about, just teaching people, is that a part of any future plans or goals that you have for your business?
Absolutely. The thing is, I mean, I've been really thinking about it a lot lately because it does get brought to my attention a lot because I actually currently work in a barber shop. So I'm
Okay.
with, you know, my uncles up in there. We always chopping it up, talking, and there's different interactions with different people. And sometimes young ladies they like it, some don't. They like it more of like that private aspect where they wanted to feel like they're coming in and they're getting some type of service and relaxation. And then you have some that's just like, hey, I think this kind of cool because I'm getting to talk to other people. My goal at some point is to obviously own a shop. I feel
Okay.
like which would be very smart, but offer all those services and then at some point teach other women or other people who want to learn it. And those people that I'm teaching it to, they have an opportunity to have their own booth and their own, seat in my
Okay, I love that. Can I ask a quick follow up question, real
yeah,
quick?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because now I'm curious. So my passion and background is technology, and so I'm loving AI. Are there any plans or your future plans that you've incorporated technology or AI? Maybe online courses or your online kind of lash school. I'm so just going. I don't know, making up something, but I'm just curious to hear if that's a part of some of your thinking.
You know what? That has actually been on my mind. There's a girl who used to do my lashes as well. Me and her definitely stay in touch a lot because we're still currently friends. And she's doing like webinars. She reached out to me myself and told me like one of her girls that come to her get her lashes done is one of my students. And I'm like, wait, what? She's like, have you ever thought of doing it online? She's like, I mean, there's probably people that watch you from different states and you don't even know that. Like, have you ever thought of possibly expanding your horizon out with teaching, but not only just 101, but online. You can have way more of a clientele, a larger class base, and people can always have access to it. It don't have to limit you from just doing it in person. And I was thinking about it, but I'm like, I'm gonna need a videographer and things of like that sort. But I really know like with having connections, it's not hard to do it. It's just gonna take time for me to put it all together and actually
You
go
know
about
who you connected to? Just you connected to Rhonda and CRC.
it. And you see, and that's the thing. See, I have these people and me, I'm not utilizing it. But this is where we going. Come back full circle. And we'll all connect definitely on that sort because I mean, it's something I've definitely been thinking about for sure.
You know what? I kind of got another question to that too before we get to this other one. Do you have to have? I know you mentioned getting a shop, and when I think shop, I see some people like a friend of mine just opened a barber shop, and he only had 4 chairs, which he could have afforded to do 8 chairs, right? But he liked that solo, like just him. Actually, he only rent out 2 chairs, right? Well, his chair and another chair because he just like the low key, but that's not sustainable to me over the years, right?
Right.
Um, do you have to have any special license to do
So in
lashes?
Milwaukee, well, essentially, let me say this. I wouldn't even just say Milwaukee. Wisconsin, you can be certified. That goes for you teaching. You can be certified times two, times three. I'm certified times two, working on three because I want to have it where I mean, everybody see these, recognizable certifications and flags. They know, okay, she's legit. So I want to have it there where they know that I'm constantly working on myself to get better. But in other states, you do have to have either an esthetician's or a cosmetology license.
Oh, okay.
Hair isn't big for me. I can't stand doing my hair. That's why I got locks. I'm gonna have somebody else do it. When it comes down to also esthetician wise, I think of facials and skin. I'm not big on touching people's skin unless I have to. So like the lashes, that's really nothing because I got my hands right there. You know what I mean? But if I'm all up on you rubbing, I'm past on that. I'm past on that. But I mean, it's definitely possible for you to do it. If you want to shop though, like for instance, I am thinking of possibly going to esthetician school because I do want to learn more about skin. I take really good care of my skin in a sense and take pride in it. So that's something I could look into for myself. But like the hair route, uh-uh, I'll pass on that.
Not your cup of tea. I get you.
Uh-uh.
Right.
I used to fight with my hair for hours. I can't do it no more.
So, do you have any products that you sell or?
I actually do. I sell lash shampoo, and I'm working on putting out my lash, like my own lash trays. So other lash techs in Milwaukee can come and buy my trays versus having to go on Amazon or go to these other big online stores and order it and wait. They could just come to me. So I want to do the lash trays, tweezers, glue remover, and glue. Those are like the four things I've been talking to vendors about right now.
Oh, that sounds good. Hey, I got
That's
to follow up to that one too, man. I'm sorry,
You good?
because no, just because she said, Lex, you said the people in Wisconsin, and Lashika just mentioned that AI and automation and websites and all this stuff, not just Wisconsin can come by, right? Like anybody in the world can come by.
Mm-hmm.
that part.
Right.
Okay. So this next part, right? This is our rapid fire. It's a quick 15 to 30-second answer. Whatever comes off the top of your head, just go for what you know.
Okay.
Okay. What is your why? Why do you do what you do?
I do what I do for my grandma, for my family, and for myself. Mainly, so when I started this was all a hobby. And then I was working at AT&T in the midst of me doing it. So I was waking up in the morning. I would do a lash set, maybe what, like 9 to 10. Yeah, 9 to 10, 9 to 11. I get off, go work, and then I would literally come back home and I do another set. That was starting to get tiring. So at that point, I'm sick of AT&T. I'm ready to get up out of there. I'm ready to do my own thing. But then I was still kind of on a limp. I wanted to work somewhere. So then I started working at Nike part-time because I love shoes. Back in January, my grandmother got sick. And literally before she passed while she was in the hospital, she told me, stop pouring into other people's cups. You need to learn to pour into your own. Stop adding this extra stress in your plate. Money and everything, Lex. And it took a minute for that to kind of resonate with me because I'm a person I gotta constantly keep moving. And then on top of that, working at Nike, like I said, I like shoes. I don't want to lose that discount. I'm like, no. But at that point, it's like I had to kind of look at my pros and my cons, weigh it, and kind of look what was benefiting me more, me working for somebody else or for myself.
Wow. And were there times that you thought it wouldn't work?
You know what I can say? I haven't. I haven't. I've been so blessed along the way to constantly been busy where it's like, okay, it ain't nothing to worry or be stressed about. So why am I? You know, it's always I gotta have that extra cushion, but having that extra cushion and having something constantly going wasn't really benefiting me. If anything, it was stressing me out.
Real talk.
What's the most important thing you learned in your life?
Most important thing I learned in my life is take care of those who really love and care for you because they're gonna take care of you. I guess that's the best way of saying it. Because kind of back going back to what I just said, if I wouldn't have took that time to kind of love on me and listen to what my family and them were telling me, I would have never realized how much of a toll it was taking on me. But they loved me so much to like bring that to my attention. And so for me, I had to love on myself. And then I loved on them after that. Just showed them all the appreciation that I could because without them believing in me, I wouldn't have believed in myself.
Mhm. So, what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Girl, go do them lashes. Go take that lash class. Now we about everything else. Go take that lash class. You got something ahead of you.
Okay. So do you have an accountability partner, a coach, or a mentor? If you do, why?
I actually don't. I don't. More so, I kind of would say I have just family and friends that hold me accountable for everything.
Okay.
That's my team right there.
So why not?
I don't know. That's a real good question. I don't know. I'm so used to having everybody else kind of help me out. I never really thought of that.
Wow. If you could sit down and have a conversation with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Hmm. That's a really good one. Who would I talk to? Carl Nessler, actually. That's the inventor of lashes. Back in in the UK, back in the year 1902, he is one of the people who actually started um, creating lashes. And I would ask him, would he expect it for this to go as far as it did? For
Wow.
to see the progress of lashes. Because teaching that the other day, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, this man don't realize how much of an impact he's made on the world. Like, lashes went from being strips and clusters to now being like this multi-million-dollar like business. Like, I don't think he really even thought that it would have been like this.
Wow.
And he was impacted a lot of people. So I would love to sit down and have that conversation with him, but ask him like what was his why? Like what made him come up with this idea, and let alone what he had expected for it to go as far as it did.
Yeah.
If you can recommend one book, what would it be?
Okay, it's gonna be a little off topic of what I do, but my minor is in Africology in college. And one of the most interesting yet eye-catching books was Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting at the Lunch Table? That was an eye-opener. I don't want to get too deep into it, but it definitely was a book that kind of made me resonate with why and how I fall within my culture, and why am I so close to my people in a general sense. What makes us different? What makes us stand out? And what's the importance of that? I highly recommend it too for people to allow their young kids to read it, like when you in high school, because that dropped a lot of gems on me, and I was in college. I'm sitting here reading this book like, why didn't nobody tell me about this when I was in high school? I would have been able to understand myself a little more. You know, when we go off from high school to college, we are lost because we're trying to find ourselves as well as our identity, but we don't really know too much about our back culture in a general aspect. So that was mainly a huge eye opener for me, because never would have expected to catch a lot of gems in there.
All right. So, what is your best tip for making our community a better place?
Love on each other. It's so much hate out here. That's the big thing. Love on each other. Like, I mean, you know how it is here in Milwaukee. That hate,
Mhm.
the crime, how people act. Like, one thing, I mean, I don't know if y'all do it, you know, but like Rhonda tell you, you can go out somewhere in the morning and say hey to somebody. You might get side eyed. Roll people rolling their eyes, smacking their lips. Why you gotta be like that? Just good morning. What's up? How you doing? Just being
Mhm.
kind to one another and loving on each other, having a more positive spirit, it'll make a difference in this world for sure. It's just too much hate.
Wow. I guess to wrap it up, our last rapid fire, probably one of the most important questions, and that is how can people connect with you? Where can they find you?
Y'all can catch me on Instagram. That's literally where I am all the time. It is literally the business name. It is at underscore dot lashed out by Lex LLC. You can look me up on Facebook as well, Lashed Out by Lex LLC. Feel free to always send me a message. You can message me through Messenger or even just Instagram DMs. I'm always pretty much free. I'm on my phone 24/7 because it's my job. I do my own marketing and own posting and things of that sort. So I'm pretty much available. As long as I'm not lashing, I'm able to shoot a text.
Dope. Well, we thank you for your time, Queen. We really appreciate what you're doing for us and the community, making our queens look a lot better.
You know
A
it.
lot. Hold up. Like, hold up. I think that might have came out the wrong way. I
Your
oh,
work
hope
he,
is
so.
your work is
there was a
important.
dig. Huh?
Right.
Your work is
Like,
important.
dang.
Your work is important, Queen. We appreciate you. Really appreciate
Enhancing their beauty.
it.
Yeah.
Enhancing.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm glad you're here. You making them look a lot better.
Right. Like, hold up.
Sorry, Trash. I had to, my brother.
Go ahead. I'm good with it. No offense, ladies. Y'all lashes do need to be together, though. Thank you very much.
And he didn't quit. He doubled back.
Right.
No offense to you guys, but shit, they do need to be hooked in. Oh,
Yes, sir.
So he gave us the bloopers in the live show.
Yeah, that's gonna stay live, my man. Hey, look, Rhonda, what do you want to leave the people with?
I would say if you have a passion for something, go for it.
All right, cool. How about you, Trash?
Stick to your dreams.
There
Get
you,
to your dreams.
there you go. Go get them eyelashes done. How about you, Lashika?
Oh man, I would say, this conversation with you, Lex, I think it's a great example of tapping into your network. We are privileged to know you because of your connection with Rhonda. And if you play back and listen to this video, you'll see there's some nuggets that we shared in there, how tapping into your network, Rhonda and Rhonda's network, you can catapult your virtual side of your business. So what I'm leaving with the people is tap in with your network. You don't know who you know and what they know and who they know as well. Tap into your network.
All right, Lex, you have anything you want to leave the people with?
I think y'all done took it all out my mouth.
Hey,
Especially what she said. But I mean, it's just big on follow your dreams. You have anything you ever have come into your mind, whether that's an idea, a thought, try it, do it. What's the worst that can happen? You can fail, but that don't stop you from trying and doing anything else. Just chase after your dreams.
Yep, I think Lex, you said something else a minute ago. You said to make our community better, we just need to love on each other, right? I think that's the thing. We need to start helping each other out. We need to speak to each other more. You never know what the next person is going through. So just a smile sometimes can brighten somebody's day, right? Because you guys, we have problems, but we also have solutions, and we out.
From the team at CRC Empire, we want to thank you for listening. To stay connected with us, like, share, and subscribe to the We Got Problems podcast. You can find us on social media platforms at Curtis Martin 247, at Rhonda Wrights Official, and at the_trash_vegan_. We got problems and we got solutions.